In this video, we're breaking down the 10 most hyped war games on the horizon. You can go solo and wreck shop, or step up as the commander calling the shots for players worldwide. Sound like a blast? Alright, let's cut the chit-chat. Here's the list. See which ones have you hyped. If you're into the tactical vibe of Ghost Recon, you need to check out Ghost Recon Over. It lets you slip through conflict zones like a ghost, untouched. It's an open-world game with insane freedom. Aurora Islands packed with diverse terrain, snowy peaks, swamps, high-tech bases, all ready to explore. And you can hit the ground, sea, or air with a range of vehicles. Mission routes, combat calls, it's all on you. Leaked intel suggests the new Over project might double down on a few key areas. More realistic battlefield logic, for one. Think moral calls like accidental civilian harm, and dynamic missions that shift with global events. Teamwork's getting a boost too. Expect smarter command systems like sending AI teammates to run independent ops. Cross-platform play could be huge too. Rumor has it there might be character or map sharing with Rainbow Six Siege, opening up wild tactical combos. If they pull that off, the gameplay is going to be next level. But let's keep it real. Ubisoft's track record with these big releases? Players have roasted them for bugs, repetitive quests, all that. At the end of the day, what we want is a smooth, bug-free experience. And Ghost Recon Over, as a reboot of Ubisoft's tactical shooter IP, has been hyped to the moon. But come on, can they please get the servers right this time? The Cube is an MMO shooting game developed by Mundfish, the developer of Atomic Heart. It shares the same worldview as Atomic Heart, and is set against the backdrop of a world on the verge of new threats. We can also encounter the same robot sisters as in Atomic Heart, and in addition, the character designs are very beautiful. Compared with other types of games, the Cube integrates shooting, RPG, block, strategy, adventure, post-apocalyptic survival, and puzzle-solving gameplay. It features intense battles, a deep character growth system, and a storyline that propels the game forward. Many war games focus on multiplayer battles or large-scale war simulations with relatively weak plots. The Cube emphasizes story-driven gameplay. Players embark on adventures to solve the core equation of the Cube and save humanity. At the same time, we will encounter fierce enemies and powerful bosses. We can use the game's custom weapons and skills to engage in intense battles and kill enemies. At present, detailed information about the game characters has not been fully released. However, from the trailer, it can be seen that humans and robots fight side by side, which feels particularly interesting. I'm a bit looking forward to the official announcement. Tired of all the ground warfare? Shift your focus to Squadron 42, a single-player space tactical shooter from Cloud Imperium Games. At its core, a cinematic story fused with a hyper-immersive flight sim experience. Set against the 2945th Neiman War, you step into the boots of a fresh recruit for the Earth United Empire, UEE, joining an elite fighter squadron to fend off the alien Vanguard invasion. Now, let's talk delays. This game's been in the works since its 2012 crowdfunding with multiple pushbacks. The latest word? A 2026 release. Here's hoping this time it sticks. Fingers crossed, right? The flight mechanics get pretty intricate. Think manual docking with motherships and juggling multi-parameter management, shield, weapon, engine priorities. That might scare off casual players, but the dev teams promised a beginner mode to streamline some controls and add guided tutorials. Where Squadron 42 really shines is its top-tier visuals and sound design, and that's no accident. The team's got big ambitions, redefining what a space tactical shooter can be. By blending movie-caliber storytelling, hardcore simulation, and open-world exploration, they're aiming to craft an experience that doesn't just let you play a space hero, it makes you feel like one. Den of Wolves is a 4-player co-op first-person shooter from Swedish studio 10 Chambers, a team made up of core developers behind the Payday series. Set in 2097's dystopian city of Midway, you and your crew step into the shoes of corporate-hired criminals, taking on high-stakes gigs, industrial espionage, prototype heists, high-level hits. What makes it stand out? It blends classic heist gameplay with sci-fi twists like consciousness infiltration, weaving gritty gunfights and surreal challenges into one immersive package. Powered by Unity 6 and ray tracing, the visuals are nothing short of stunning. This rendering tech is a game changer. Then there's the innovative dive mechanic. Using a device to hack into a target's consciousness, you slip into their surreal mental space. That means taking control, bending their perspective, doing whatever it takes to get the job done. And your choices matter. Mission calls shape the story. Take a high-level assassination, for example. Picking off the target with a sniper rifle might trigger a security lockdown, blocking your escape route. That's just one way your moves ripple out. If you love the tactical planning and teamwork of Payday, the tough-as-nails challenges of GTFO, and live for pre-mission prep and on-the-fly problem-solving more than mindless firefights, Den of Wolves is a 2025 must-watch. But its true mettle will be tested once it hits the market. Level design variety, long-term content updates, these will make or break it. Can 10 chambers recapture that Payday magic? It's a question worth keeping tabs on. Hailing from an indie studio, this modern warfare real-time strategy game centers on crafting an immersive battlefield experience that fuses global strategic decisions with granular tactical details. Set in a dynamic 400-square-kilometer theater, players step into the boots of military commanders, coordinating land, sea, and air forces to tackle everything from resource skirmishes to high-stakes political assassinations. The map brims with dozens of towns, industrial zones, and strategic hotspots ripe for capture. It's more than just a game, it's command. Every call you make sends ripples across the battlefield. The complexity runs deep, balancing industrial, agricultural, and tech outputs in resource management, juggling military, economic, and political moves in multi-layered decision-making. That might overwhelm new players, but the dev team's got your back, with thorough tutorial levels and a strategic advisor system that flags critical decision points in real time. Ditching the traditional RTS loop of build base, churn out units, grind upgrades, The Last General leans into robust economic and political systems. You'll need to balance industrial capacity, farm yields, and tech R&D costs to keep your logistics from collapsing. If you're craving the feel of real war command, diving into tactical minutia, orchestrating global strategies, and navigating the tangled web of military ops and political maneuvering, this one's a must-watch. New Battlefield 6, led by DICE, and co-developed with 4 partner studios, is a modern warfare first-person shooter built to deliver the ultimate blend of massive battlefield chaos and tactical versatility. The game zeroes in on the catastrophic war sparked by Pax Armada, a mercenary outfit bankrolled by former NATO nations, hell-bent on toppling regimes through coups, tech monopolies, and brute force. You'll square off against their forces across 400-square-kilometer dynamic battlefields. Think Middle Eastern deserts, Eastern European plains, Southeast Asian jungles, and more. Take the Red Sea escort mission, for example. You'll be fending off pirate speedboat swarms and drone saturation strikes at the same time. Up to 128 players clash over 5 strategic points, where seizing an oil hub secures fuel supplies and grinds the enemy's armor to a halt. It's epic, all-out warfare on a scale that'll make your screen roar. But fair warning, this thing's a beast on hardware. You might need to crank down the settings to keep it running smooth. New Battlefield 6 doubles down on what makes the series iconic. The return of classic class systems, dynamic weather tangled with destructible environments, and seamless land-sea-air combat. Whether you're tank rushing enemy lines using a tornado to sow chaos, coordinating with your squad to lock down a stronghold, or sneaking solo to hack classified intel, this one's poised to be the go-to for wargame fans. Painkiller Remake, built on Unreal Engine 5, drops you into a warped world where purgatory and the mortal realm collide. As a sin fighter, you'll tear through hordes of demons, spawned by the fallen angel Azazli, across gothic ruins, hell-forged foundries, and blood-drenched churches. The lineup of baddies? Screeching skeleton grunts, fire-spewing hellhounds, towering demon lords, each with their own sick attack patterns and Achilles' heels. Case in point, freeze a skeleton with a cryobomb, and you can shatter its core in one brutal hit. Solo rampages are a blast, but why go it alone? Team up with 3 buddies to survive endless demon waves. The longer you hold out, the sweeter the loot. This one's tailor-made for hardcore FPS fanatics. Then there's the tarot card system. Each card dishes out unique buffs like Chariot cranking up your movement speed, or Judgment boosting crit damage. Stack them right and you'll unlock insane combo effects. If you're jonesing for that symphony of chainsaws and shotguns, swinging through demon mobs with a grappling hook, pulling off screen-wiping finishers, unleashing demonic transformations, hunting hidden hell chambers, or teaming up for endless wave showdowns, this is your jam. Fair warning though, probably not for folks craving deep storytelling or casual vibes. Vanguard, the cross-platform MMO FPS from CCP Games, is the ground combat spin-off in the EVE Online universe, and it's all about one thing: letting your squad's tactical moves on the ground shift the tide of server-wide space wars. You step into the boots of war clones, hired guns working for the 4 major empires, dropping into 12 dynamic planetary surfaces. Think volcanic wastelands, frozen moonscapes, radiation-scorched ruins. Take the Titanium Ore Crisis event. You'll scrap over rare minerals that power antimatter shields, all while dodging random orbital cannon blasts from above. Go solo in the campaign or squad up in multiplayer. Either way, your choices carve unique story paths. Ground battles here are all about tough calls. Prioritize mining red giant ore to craft antimatter bombs, protect supply convoys ferrying resources back to your space base, and you'll beef up your fleet's firepower, but those convoys are magnets for enemy ambushes. This one's catnip for folks who crave strategic depth and cross-dimensional teamwork. What sets EVE Vanguard apart in the wargame crowd? A universe that's as vast as it is rich, a playbook stacked with diverse modes, core mechanics that reward sharp strategy, and freedom to play how you want. Fair warning though, the systems are dense and the learning curve's steep. New players will need to put in the time to wrap their heads around it. But make no mistake, this is a standout gem worth the grind. Rogue Point, a 4-player co-op, roguelite tactical shooter from Crowbar Collective, published by Team 17, throws you into a cutthroat world. When a mega-rich CEO bites the dust, corporations wage war over his empire using Murex, an app that lets them hire private armies. You and your crew? The Rogue Point Elites, tasked with taking down these mercenary forces. This ain't your typical warfare game. It's got tricks up its sleeve. Maps and missions spawn randomly, mixed with day-night cycles and wild weather shifts to keep things fresh. Teamwork's non-negotiable too. Roles are tight. Hackers can hijack drones, there's a dual-track economy, and gear customization's deep enough to make any loadout fiend grin. And true to roguelite roots, resource management's a high-stakes balancing act. Die and you'll lose some gear. No hand-holding here. What's in the mix? Randomly generated multiplayer campaigns, main quests and side gigs, a one-of-a-kind economy, plus a battle pass and achievements to chase. The core loop, it's all about rolling with the chaos. Tactics shift on the fly, difficulty ramps up or eases off, based on how you play and the environment. It's a playground. You'll interact with everything from security systems to weather effects to turn the tide. This one's a no-brainer if you live for tactical planning. Crave roguelite grind. Swear by squad coordination or horde gear like it's gold. Yeah, it'll throw new players a curveball, but that's part of the charm. Rogue Point, worth every bit of the challenge. This here's a first-person shooter set in a war-torn, broken world. Resources are thin, trust is thinner, and that's what makes the combat so tough, so strategic. You'll square off in arenas with 4 to 16 players, picking your squad size, teaming up, or clashing with other crews. The core of the action? 3 rival teams scrapping over a make-or-break objective. Every mission kicks off with big calls. How to handle your squad, how to stretch your resources, all to lock down the W. Custom weapons and gear let you tear through the map, but tight teamwork and sharp tactics? That's what'll keep you breathing. No downtime here. Action's red hot from minute 1. Watch your back for ambushes too. They'll linger in the shadows, wait till you're least ready, then hit you with a knockout punch. Those are the guys you'll really love to hate.